been a long while since I've done one of these. Since my last update, I've built and added a few models. I've also updated or modified a few others. This will be an informal showcase to just quickly highlight these new recruits and to briefly review the modifications I've done to existing models. Since the last update, I've added my own designs of the 1930s and 1940s Batmobiles. I've also added the following models that are either designed by Lucas or heavily inspired by his own versions. The Batman Animated Series Exp Batmobile, the New Adventures of Batman Robin Batmobile, the DC Universe Online Batmobile, and the issue 526 Batmobile. Let's take a look at these before I get to the modified vehicles. The Batman Animated Series Exp Batmobile is a successor to the non-EXP model that was wrecked in the TV series, which I've already reviewed. For the most part, it's basically Lucas's design, but slightly modified to have more curves. From a visual perspective, I felt like it needed to be more round in appearance, so I made the mid-body and front end to have more curvature. I lost some details in the process, but I'm okay with that compromise. The Adventures of Batman Robin Batmobile is a great little build that I think Lucas did a great job with. In some areas, it isn't as smooth as I would liked, but he nailed the general shape. The building process for it was pretty straightforward as well. The DC Universe Online Batmobile is the most recent addition to this collection, and I really like its sleek sports car aesthetic. Lucas also did a great job in capturing the splitter front end, and the details on the sides of the vehicles also flow together really well. The detailed and compact nature of this vehicle reminds me of his Arkham Asylum Batmobile. The issue 526 Batmobile is another straightforward build, but it's rendered really nicely in LEGO. I like how stacks of modified plates with the clips are used to represent the front grille, and how the different size spiked elements simulate the rear fins. The rear bumper design also has some nice transitions and smooth design choices. Here's the roster of modified vehicles. The Arkham Asylum Batwing, the 1989 Batwing, the Batman the Animated Series Batmobile, the Batman Forever Batmobile, the Rebirth Batmobile, and the Tumbler. I've updated my model of the Arkham Asylum Batwing to Lucas's latest rendition. The biggest change is in the wings, and I definitely think it's a huge improvement. I prefer these new brick-built wings over the older plate-built ones. These don't leave exposed studs, giving it a much cleaner and consistent overall appearance. At first glance, it's hard to see any noticeable changes to the 1989 Batwing. However, I did change up the diffusers to use these Technic fins instead. I think it looks more accurate this way. Underneath, you'll see that I added these, I don't know what you call them, housings for the lights. I also updated the model with Lucas's latest design changes, which include a smoother wing design and a smoother transition from the mandibles to the wings. Overall, this is still a fantastic model, and it's still a faithful representation of an iconic vehicle. It's definitely still one of my favorites. My Batman the Animated Series Batmobile deserved a small facelift. I was never too happy with how small the front grille was, but in order to add more height, I need to add a second grille element. But in order to do that, I have to come up with a different solution for the hood area. The slightly offset solution I came up with isn't perfect, but it was more important to me that the front grille be accurately approximated. The Batman Forever Batmobile has to be one of my favorite builds and designs from Lucas. But if I had one thing to nitpick about it, was the center fin design. It's my least liked feature. The actual vehicle had a much larger center fin, so I went ahead and upgraded it. The newly redesigned fin is much larger and shaped more accurately to how it appears in the movie. The Rebirth Batmobile was updated to Lucas's latest design. Out of all the updates from my collection, this one has to be the most involved since it required rebuilding most of the model itself. Its changes also had the most impact. This redesign took what I least liked about the original model and corrected it. My gripe was that it was way too thin. In the comics, it's heavily plated and looked like an armored version of the Batman the Animated Series Batmobile. And in essence, Lucas scaled it up by using the Speed Champion larger wheels that kind of paved the way to making it taller as well as longer. These design improvements take it to the top of my list of favorites. The Tumbler has been updated to match Lucas's latest rendition. This version of the model is more stable, and a lot of detail rework has been done in the rear and also the sides of the vehicle. As a result, this iteration is much smoother with less exposed studs. The way the wheels are attached have also been revamped, so it's better able to support the weight of the vehicle, and just as important, able to roll freely. Here's a quick final look at the collection in my new cabinet displays. I'll be doing a full room tour of this new LEGO room in the near future. I hope you enjoyed watching this update for my custom LEGO Bat vehicle collection. I'll continue to release update videos as my Bat vehicle collection continues to grow and evolve. I put a lot of resources and time in building up this collection, so I hope the commitment shows in these videos. Thanks for watching. Until next time, this is One Battle One, signing out.